Video game horror stories.
Most people that play old school video games today play them because they had the consoles and games as kids.
And most people who had the consoles and games as kids got rid of them for some reason.
Whether you threw them out, swapped them for something else, traded up for the latest generation console, or just sold them.
Well, we've done all of these in our time, and these are our video game horror stories.
So my first video game horror story was way back in 1983 or 84. I was 5 or 6 years old, and my dad had got me an Intellivision. Had a couple of games like Burger Time, River Raid, Beam Rider. I had this Ice Adventure one as well, and I was carrying it from my room, taking it out to the television. And my dad said, "Don't try and carry it all at once." But being 5 or 6 or whatever, I knew better than my dad, so I tried to carry it all, and I dropped it, and it hit the floor pretty hard. And then after that, it would never turn on again. And then that Intellivision ended up in the bin. That's where that went.
My first system growing up as a kid too was an Intellivision. Got it from my grandma. She gave it to my brother and I, and it came with a bunch of games. We had basketball, gridiron, baseball, had a few others as well. And Eddie gave us his games as well. He kept the games even though his console was thrown out. But yeah, so I had a bunch of games for that. It was pretty cool. Then about 89 for Christmas I got a NES. It's pretty cool. We're pretty wrapped. Got Mario with it. That was for Christmas. And then I ended up with other games. Had Turtles, Bubble Bubble, Excite Bike, Cobra Triangle, a few others too. Then after that, what did I get? I got a Master System after that. A bunch of games again, a bit of Alex Kidd, all that sort of stuff. You know, good. We had a bit of fun on it, and then after that, got a Mega Drive, which was so rad at the time because they could get Street Fighter on my own console at home. So Eddie and I would be cranking credits for years down and playing Street Fighters. So that was rad. You know, I had Street Fighter, of course, first game I got. Yeah, and I had a lot of NBA games. My brother and I always played NBA games growing up. So the NBA Lives, that sort of stuff. Yeah, and don't know what happened to any of them, man. None. Not one. Mum doesn't even know what happened to them. She can't remember giving them away, throwing them, but obviously something happened to them.
And then later on in the 90s, I had a Master System 1, which I can't remember where I got it. I think it might have been a garage sale or a market. I had a couple of games, and I just completely forgotten what happened to that one. And then a bit later on, I got a NES from my neighbor. He gave it to me, had a bunch of box games and a boxed Game Genie as well. And I had that for a little while, and then I needed some money because I was going out boozing with Eccles, and I took it down to the cash converters at Parkdale, and I sold it all for about $40.
Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I collected consoles again. They were around. They were at markets, op shops, garage sales. Even some friends gave me some. People didn't care about the older consoles, the older systems. They were just playing what was out at the time. And yeah, I ended up with, I had a NES, I had a Mega Drive, I had a Dreamcast, had a GameCube. Bunch of games for them all. Had Street Fighter, of course, in there in the collection. NBA Jam. Had Mickey Mouse games. Yeah, had a really good collection. And yeah, stupid me went down to the local game shop up at the shopping centre. It was like EB Games, but it wasn't EB Games, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, went in there, took them all in, and traded all that stuff for original Xbox that came with Halo, which I never even opened. Halo, shrink wrap, never even played it. But yeah, and they were even hesitant to trade me all that old consoles and games, and there was a bunch of games, heaps of games. And yeah, traded it for an Xbox, but damn, I wish I had it all now.
So that's our video game horror stories, and we know you guys have your own.
So hit us up, leave a comment or video response about your video game horror stories, because we'd sure love to hear them. So peace out from Game Deficiency.
Adios.